It's KROQ, it's Kevan Kenney, and I really hyped up our guest. I don't know if you, she was just in the green room here at KROQ, and did you have a feed of the show or no?
No, I didn't. What did you say
It's
about
probably
me?
better, because I
Okay.
called you the heiress to the pop-punk throne.
Oh my God.
But for good
Wow.
reason. You just got off tour. You have a great song we're going to play. We're actually going to play 2 songs of yours in a second, and then I
love
actually
it.
will reveal who's sitting across from me. But you just got off tour with Simple Plan and Newfound Glory, who are 2 icons that are not just going to take anybody out on the road, and they took you out on the road, and we're going to talk all about that. But so you're from Toronto, Canada.
Yes, I am.
What is in the water up there? Because it's a fascinating city that I think gets like, maybe like a misunderstood rep because of how, the really big artists, when you think of Drake and Bieber and Mendez and Weeknd, right? But when you actually think about rock music and pop punk music from just Canada in general, you get Sum 41, you get Simple Plan, of course, Broken Social Scene if you're like into that indie stuff. But is it just because it's so diverse? Like, what is up there?
I don't know. Honestly, it is so cool that it's so diverse. There's so many different cultures and just so many different types of people. So it really does feel like you could do and make whatever kind of music you want.
Right.
So I don't know. Maybe that's it. Or maybe we're all just so cold all the time. So we're in our rooms making music. That could be it too.
Well, that's what when they talk about like grunge and, quote unquote grunge and the explosion of alternative music in Seattle, right? Like it's just these dudes like Kurt and Chris and all these people just like stuck in their homes. They got nothing to do but listen to records and, and come up with ideas. Now, did you grow up outside of Toronto or Toronto proper?
No, I'm actually from Toronto proper, which
Really?
is interesting because I feel like everyone always is like, I'm from Toronto, but really they're from Pickering, Shawn Mendes, or, Scarborough or wherever. But no, I'm from Toronto, from the city.
That's interesting because the reason I'm asking is I think like a lot of pop punk is born out of like these places like New Jersey or like suburban Florida or even suburban, Southern California, where you're outside of like the desirable place.
Right.
And you have this thing to pine for and this thing to, foster angst. But where did your love of the music come from?
Honestly, I don't know how I got it, but when I got my first Green Day CD, I was obsessed with it, and I would just play it in my basement all the time. It was American Idiot.
Oh, wow.
And I just practiced all the time, just, God forbid, in case they brought me up on stage one night. And yeah, that is where it started. And then, of course, Avril as well.
Oh,
but
of course.
just getting that CD, I just remember like being obsessed with it. And I think that's where it started. That's the first thing I remember about music is the Green Day CD.
I can't believe I didn't mention Avril. Avril has a habit of listening to this show. She's been a guest on the show. And so I apologize if Avril or Maud or anybody is listening right now that I didn't mention Avril with the Canadian icons.
Oh yeah, she is the Canadian pop punk icon.
It's crazy. So I found your music through a song called Death Wish, which we're going to play for the first time ever on KROQ. So if you're driving around right now, you're going to witness this for the first time ever on the station, which is pretty cool. Tell me, what can you tell me, but also the listener right now in their car about Death Wish?
So Death Wish is, I would say it's a messed up love song. It's basically like, I kill everything I've ever loved and I love you, so you got a death wish. And it's just about, the feeling of when you feel like you mess up every single good thing in your life. It started for me when I realized I couldn't keep a plant alive. And I was like, I had just gotten broken up with. I got dumped on April Fools of all days. And my grandmother brought me a plant and she was like, you know what? You don't have a boyfriend anymore to take care of. I'm going to give you this plant. And the plant quickly died. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so worthless. I can't even take care of a plant. How am I ever supposed to have a relationship or anything in life? So that was the inspiration for it. But.
So no pets in LÖLÖ's future.
I do have a pet, but it's my family pet.
Okay, that's a bit terrifying to hear.
I don't have to take care of him. I don't really. Okay. I just get to cuddle.
It's joint custody. It's KROQ. It's Kevan Kenney. LÖLÖ's in the house texting Chad from Newfound Glory.
I'm texting him right now.
LÖLØ was on tour with Newfound Glory last year, which is, and it's so funny. We just came out of My Hero. Newfound Glory is my hero.
Yes,
are my
as
heroes.
they should be.
Just a band that changed everything for me. I don't know if that was Green Day for you. You were saying before that
it was Green Day, I think.
There's that band that comes along and you go from listening to your parents' music to listening to your music, and you take ownership over it for the first time. And that was Newfound Glory for me. What was that tour like? How did that tour come about? Because it had to be a dream.
So it actually came about in the craziest way. Didn't have an agent yet, wasn't signed to a label. Chad was looking at a Spotify playlist called Pop Punk's Not Dead, because that's what their tour was called. And he was going through all of the songs, and he listened to Death Wish, the song that we just played, and he was like, wow, I love this. And he then got me to open.
Wow.
It's a crazy story. No agent, no label. it was literally Chad. So I owe Chad my life and my firstborn child.
Props to Chad from Newfound Glory. So we're gonna get into this song of yours called Debbie Downer. It's featuring Maggie Lindemann, who's a friend of the show, and she's got exciting music on the way. Sometimes I forget what's like public and what's not, but she's working on a lot of cool stuff. Let's just leave it at that. And then how did you guys link up, you and Maggie?
So we actually linked up because I got put in a writing session for her project, actually. And we ended up writing a bunch of songs that are going to be on her album. I'm super stoked about it. And we just became friends through that.
That's awesome. Yeah. And if you're listening to KROQ right now, listen to Debbie Downer because you'll hear a nod in there. And don't reveal too much. I want it to be a bit of a surprise.
Okay.
To the movie Bring It On. Mm-hmm. Is this a movie that you loved growing up, or what's the affinity for Bring It On?
Yes, I just love the movie, and we were going through different cheers because we wanted to make this like fun cheerleading song, and we were like, well, we have to use a Bring It On cheer.
And you put it in the song.
We put it in the song.
I would argue the best song on that soundtrack or in that movie is the one that the dude writes for Kirsten Dunst.
Oh, it's
What I Need.
That guy was like my crush forever. You don't even know. No,
that actor
ever.
Or like that character?
That character.
Okay,
yeah,
that character.
Well, I mean both. I guess
because he was in Clock Stoppers too. You ever see Clock Stoppers?
No, I have not.
Dude, after your session,
I'm putting it on my list.
Yeah, you gotta like Netflix Clock Stoppers. Anyways, for the first time ever, this is Debbie Downer on KROQ, LØLØ featuring Maggie Lindemann. Anything else you'd like to say about the song?
I hope you like it. I'm excited.
Debbie Downer, LØLØ featuring Maggie Lindemann. That's brand new, and the music video is awesome. So when you get home from driving around tonight, check it out on YouTube. Where can we find you on social, LØLØ?
You can find me on Instagram. It's at LØLØ, LOLO, or on Twitter at LØLØ Pop Girl. That's girl with a U.